Firstly, you want to locate the English Staff Marking module, and this is a 2017-18 module. Now, if you've been teaching at York for a few years, you might have a lot of modules in your regular York module list, so it is worth trying out this new York module list, and you can add this using the Add Module button in the top left there, and following the instructions on this advert. Once you've set that up, you can actually search different years' modules, and for this you need 2017-18 modules. Scroll down, it's in alphabetical order, and find English Staff Marking. All your marking will be contained within this VLE module, and as you can see on the left-hand menu here, first of all we have information, which is the marking instructions. And then we have undergraduate modules for autumn, spring and summer, and MA modules for autumn and spring. So, for example, if you were going to be marking your undergraduate work in autumn, you'd click on this section, and then you will see a list of the names of the different modules on offer. Scroll down to find your module, and then you will see the name of the markers, the names of the markers here in this section. And you can just then click on the marking selection which is under your name. This will take you straight through to your marking and Turnitin inbox. And as you can see, we have all of the assignments submitted by anonymous authors, by your students here. Here we're looking at the Education Staff Turnitin checking site, and I'm using this because it's a good example of what you will see in Turnitin, what you will actually see in Turnitin when you're checking your assignments. So as we can see here, it says View Assignments. And if we scroll down, we will see the name of the module there, Education in Literature. We will see the new papers submitted to it. And we have these different columns. So author, they will be anonymous if it's an anonymous assignment. The title, this includes the student's examination number. So this is really key, as it will help you to identify the piece of work that you're marking. And if you do find any problems with it, you can then refer that to the administrator if there's a problem with that. The third column here is similarity. So this is the similarity index for Turnitin. This is the overall percentage that it is showing up as matching to some other text. So we can see it goes from 11% through to 34%. The grade would be for grade mark, but we're not using that, the response also. The file column here is if you want to download the file. We have a paper ID number and a date submitted there. So the most important column here for you is the similarity column. What we usually find with most classes is that the student's work is within a range. Now, people often ask me about, is there a safe percentage for Turnitin? Is it anything under 25% is okay, and anything over 25% is plagiarism? And the answer to that question is it really depends on the context. Usually what we find within the classes is that there's a range of similarity. And we can see that right here, is that it goes from 11%, 12%, 14%, 16%, 18%, 20%. So a 1 or 2% increase between papers. This is quite a small class, but generally this is reflected even within larger classes. There's small increments. And then what is useful when using this class overview of the page is to look for outliers to get an indication of where there might be plagiarism, and then you can take a closer look. So for example, here we have 34%. So that would be an outlier. So either if you're the marker, you can make a note before you mark that one. You can think, oh, I better have a look at that, why that's got a high percentage. You may actually find that there's no problem there. There's just a lot of referencing, a lot of quotes, a large bibliography in there. So you can't tell just by thinking, is it over a certain number? It's always, once you look at the individual paper that you'll get a better sense. But this does help you to spot some outliers.